Welcome to the mystical realm of ancient Egypt, where gods and mortals coexisted in a delicate balance of power and reverence. Today, we embark on a journey to uncover the top 7 most powerful gods of ancient Egypt, ranked from the least to the greatest. These deities shaped the culture, beliefs, and daily lives of one of history's most fascinating civilizations. From lunar wanderers to creators of the universe, each god held immense power and commanded respect. Let's dive into their extraordinary stories and discover their significance in the ancient world. 7. Khonsu, the Lunar Wanderer. Khonsu, the god of the moon, stands as the 7th most powerful deity on our list. Known as the Traveler, he was revered for his connection to the lunar cycle, which the ancient Egyptians believed controlled time and influenced their agricultural practices. His association with the moon made him a symbol of renewal and change. One of Khonsu's most remarkable roles was as a healer. Inscriptions refer to him as the greatest of physicians, and his divine intervention was sought to cure illnesses and dispel malevolent forces. Pilgrims would often offer prayers and gifts at his temples, seeking his blessing for health and well-being. Khonsu's celestial journey was central to his mythology. He was said to travel across the night sky in a lunar boat, ensuring the moon's safe passage through the heavens. This voyage symbolized the balance of light and darkness, which was crucial to the Egyptians' understanding of cosmic harmony. In mythology, Khonsu played an active role in maintaining order. In one tale, he helped Amun, the king of the gods, banish the serpent Apophis, a chaotic force that threatened the universe. This act of bravery elevated Khonsu's status as a protector of the natural order. Khonsu's temples, particularly the one at Karnak, showcase his importance in ancient Egyptian religion. The inscriptions and reliefs depict him in various forms, including as a young man with a sidelock of youth, or as a falcon-headed deity crowned with the lunar disk. He was also linked to timekeeping. The phases of the moon were crucial for marking the months and planning rituals, making Khonsu a vital figure in both daily life and spiritual practice. His role extended to the afterlife, where he was believed to guide souls through the darkness of death. Despite his comparatively peaceful nature, Khonsu was not without strength. In some myths, he demonstrated divine power by striking fear into the hearts of demons and driving them away with his light. His ability to protect and guide made him a beloved deity among both commoners and royalty. The Theban triad, consisting of Amun, Mut, and Khonsu, further solidified his place in Egyptian worship. His familial connections to these powerful gods enhanced his prestige and influence. While Khonsu may not have been the mightiest warrior or creator, his role as a healer, protector, and guide ensures his place among the pantheon of Egypt's most revered gods. His stories remind us of the balance between light and darkness and the cyclical nature of time. 6. Anubis, the guardian of the afterlife. Anubis, the jackal-headed god of mummification and the afterlife, takes the 6th spot on our list. Known for his striking appearance and somber responsibilities, Anubis was one of the most iconic deities in ancient Egyptian mythology. His black jackal head symbolized both the color of mummified flesh and the fertile soil of the Nile, embodying death and rebirth. As the protector of tombs, Anubis was deeply connected to the preservation of the dead. He was believed to oversee the mummification process, ensuring that the body remained intact for the journey to the afterlife. This sacred role made him a pivotal figure in funerary rituals, with priests donning masks in his likeness during ceremonies. Anubis was also known as the guide of souls. He was said to lead the deceased through the treacherous landscapes of the underworld, ensuring their safe arrival at the Hall of Ma'at. Here, he played a critical role in the weighing of the heart ceremony, where a person's soul was judged against the feather of truth. Mythological texts depict Anubis as a loyal and dutiful deity. In one tale, he helped Isis reassemble the body of her husband Osiris after his dismemberment by the god Set. This act of devotion reinforced Anubis's reputation as a guardian of the dead and a protector of the divine order. Anubis's temples and shrines were often located near cemeteries, reflecting his association with death and burial. The ancient Egyptians believed that invoking his name could protect their tombs from grave robbers and desecration, a serious concern in their culture. Though primarily linked to death, Anubis's role extended beyond the grave. He was also a symbol of transformation, guiding individuals through the liminal space between life and eternity. This duality made him a figure of both fear and reverence. His iconography was rich and consistent. He is often depicted holding a staff or an ankh, symbols of authority in life, and wearing a ceremonial sash that signifies his high status among the gods. Anubis's prominence in Egyptian mythology grew during the Old Kingdom, but later evolved when Osiris assumed the primary role of the god of the dead. Despite this shift, Anubis remained a vital figure, revered for his unwavering commitment to justice and protection. In art and literature, Anubis is frequently portrayed as a solitary figure, reflecting his role as a solitary guardian. His watchful nature and unyielding focus on his duties made him an enduring symbol of vigilance. While Anubis may not wield the raw power of some other gods, his influence over the afterlife and his unwavering role as a protector make him one of the most significant and respected deities in ancient Egyptian belief. 5. Hathor, the goddess of love and joy. Hathor, the radiant goddess of love, joy, music, and motherhood, takes the 5th position on our list. Known as the Mistress of Heaven, she was one of the most beloved and multifaceted deities in the Egyptian pantheon, embodying both nurturing care and immense cosmic power. Hathor was often depicted as a cow or a woman with cow horns and a solar disk, symbolizing her role as a maternal and celestial figure. She was closely associated with fertility, birth, and the nurturing aspects of life, which endeared her to women and families. As the goddess of music and dance, Hathor was celebrated during festivals and ceremonies filled with joy and revelry. Her name was invoked to inspire creativity and to bring happiness to gatherings, making her a vital presence in the social and spiritual life of ancient Egyptians. Hathor also played a crucial role in welcoming the dead into the afterlife. She was believed to guide souls on their journey, offering comfort and protection as they transitioned from the mortal world to eternity. This dual role as a deity of life and death reflects her profound significance. Her mythology intertwines with the solar god Ra, as she was considered his daughter or consort in various accounts. In one famous story, Hathor transformed into the fearsome lioness Sekhmet to punish humanity for their disobedience, only to revert to her benevolent self after Ra's intervention. Hathor's temples were grand and widespread, with the Temple of Dendera being the most famous. This magnificent structure, adorned with intricate carvings and celestial imagery, remains a testament to her worship and her connection to the heavens. Her association with foreign lands, especially the region of Punt, highlighted her role as a goddess of trade and prosperity. She was seen as a unifying force between Egypt and neighboring cultures, symbolizing harmony and wealth. Hathor's nurturing aspect extended to her role as a protector of women, particularly during childbirth. Amulets and talismans bearing her likeness were common, believed to ensure the health and safety of both mother and child. In art, Hathor was frequently shown holding a sistrum, a musical instrument associated with her worship, or depicted alongside mirrors and other symbols of beauty. Her divine elegance and joy were considered a reflection of the ideal harmony of life. Though Hathor's strength was not characterized by battle or cosmic creation, her power lay in her ability to bridge worlds, inspire love, and bring joy to humanity. She represented the harmony that balanced the forces of the universe, securing her place among the most powerful gods of ancient Egypt. 4. Thoth, the god of wisdom and writing. Thoth, the god of wisdom, writing, and knowledge, occupies the 4th spot on our list. As the divine scribe and master of hieroglyphs, Thoth was integral to maintaining order in the cosmos and preserving the knowledge of the gods. His role in Egyptian mythology made him one of the most respected deities of the pantheon. Thoth was often depicted as a man with the head of an ibis or as a baboon, both animals associated with intelligence and lunar symbolism. He was closely connected to the moon, which the Egyptians believed controlled time and balance, much like his role as the cosmic record keeper. Known as the inventor of writing, Thoth was credited with creating the Egyptian script and teaching humanity how to use it. His divine knowledge extended to language, mathematics, and astronomy, making him the ultimate scholar among the gods. In mythology, Thoth played a critical role in the weighing of the heart ceremony. He recorded the outcome of the judgment, ensuring that Ma'at, the goddess of truth and balance, was upheld. This act solidified his association with justice and truth. Thoth's wisdom was often called upon to resolve disputes among the gods. In one story, he helped reconcile Horus and Set during their epic battle for the throne of Egypt, using his intellect and fairness to mediate the conflict. He was also a creator god in some myths. According to one account, Thoth spoke the words that brought the universe into existence, demonstrating the immense power of knowledge and language. The cult of Thoth was centered in Hermopolis, where he was revered as the god of learning and magic. His temple, filled with scrolls and sacred texts, symbolized the repository of divine wisdom. Scholars, scribes, and priests often sought his blessing in their work. Thoth's influence extended beyond mythology and religion. He was considered the guardian of sacred texts, ensuring their preservation for future generations. This role made him a symbol of continuity and the eternal flow of knowledge. In addition to his intellectual pursuits, Thoth was also associated with the moon and its cycles, which regulated the Egyptian calendar. His lunar connection emphasized his role in maintaining cosmic balance and harmony. Thoth's power lay not in physical might, but in the strength of his intellect, creativity, and the ability to bring order to chaos. His contributions to knowledge, justice, and cosmic balance ensure his lasting legacy as one of the most powerful gods of ancient Egypt. 3. Osiris, the god of the afterlife and resurrection. Osiris, the god of the afterlife, resurrection, and eternal life, takes the third position on our list. As a central figure in Egyptian mythology, Osiris's story of death and rebirth became a powerful symbol of hope and renewal for both the living and the dead. Osiris is often depicted as a mummified man with green or black skin, symbolizing fertility and regeneration, and wearing the Atef crown, a white headdress adorned with feathers. He holds a crook and flail, traditional symbols of kingship and agricultural prosperity. His mythology begins with his reign as a just and benevolent king of Egypt. Osiris brought civilization, law, and agriculture to humanity, transforming a chaotic world into one of order and prosperity. This earned him immense respect and love from his people. However, his reign was tragically cut short. His brother Set, consumed by jealousy, ended Osiris's life and scattered his remains across Egypt. This act symbolized chaos attempting to undermine balance and order. Osiris's devoted wife, Isis, refused to let her husband's legacy end. Using her magical abilities and the help of Thoth and Anubis, she collected Osiris's scattered remains, restoring his body to life. This act not only resurrected Osiris, but also led to the conception of their son, Horus. After his resurrection, Osiris transitioned to his role as the ruler of the underworld. In this position, he oversaw the judgment of souls in the weighing of the heart ceremony. Those who proved virtuous were welcomed into the field of reeds, a paradise symbolizing eternal peace. Osiris's connection to the annual flooding of the Nile reinforced his role as a deity of regeneration and fertility. The life-giving waters mirrored his resurrection, making him a symbol of renewal for the Egyptian people. The cult of Osiris thrived across Egypt, particularly in Abydos, where annual ceremonies reenacted his story. These festivals celebrated his triumph over death and the promise of eternal life, offering hope and comfort to his followers. Osiris's influence extended far beyond Egypt, inspiring ideas of resurrection and life after death in neighboring cultures. His myth became a profound allegory for the victory of life and justice over destruction. As the god who bridged the worlds of the living and the dead, Osiris represented the eternal cycle of life and renewal. His legacy as a symbol of hope, perseverance, and justice remains one of the most enduring aspects of ancient Egyptian mythology. 2. Horus, the god of kingship and sky. Horus, the falcon-headed god of the sky, kingship, and protection, ranks as the second most powerful deity on our list. Representing the divine authority of the pharaohs and the unyielding force of justice, Horus's mythology is deeply intertwined with the ideals of leadership and cosmic order. Horus is often depicted as a falcon or as a man with a falcon's head, adorned with the double crown of Upper and Lower Egypt. This imagery symbolizes his rule over all of Egypt and his connection to the heavens. The sun and moon were considered his eyes, watching over the world and ensuring balance. Horus's story is one of resilience and triumph. He was the son of Osiris and Isis, born under dire circumstances after the murder of his father by Set. From a young age, Horus was destined to avenge his father and reclaim the throne of Egypt from the chaotic forces represented by his uncle. The battle between Horus and Set is one of the most famous tales in Egyptian mythology. Their conflict lasted for years, taking many forms, from physical combat to legal disputes before the gods. Horus's unwavering determination and cleverness ultimately led to his victory and the restoration of order to the land. In his role as the protector of the pharaoh, Horus was seen as the living embodiment of divine authority. Every reigning pharaoh was considered the earthly manifestation of Horus, a belief that reinforced the ruler's legitimacy and connection to the gods. Horus also had a protective aspect. As a guardian of the people in the kingdom, he was invoked for safety and success in battle. His name and symbols were used in amulets and charms to ward off evil and bring victory in conflicts. His celestial role as the god of the sky extended to his association with the sun and moon. The ancient Egyptians believed that Horus's right eye was the sun and his left eye was the moon, a balance of light and darkness that mirrored his role as a cosmic guardian. The Eye of Horus, a powerful symbol of protection, healing, and restoration, became one of the most recognizable motifs in ancient Egypt. It was used in rituals, art, and jewelry, signifying the safeguarding of both physical and spiritual well-being. Horus's temples, particularly the Temple of Edfu, remain some of the best preserved monuments of ancient Egypt. These grand structures were centers of worship and celebration, highlighting his importance in both religious and political life. As the god who represented justice, protection, and divine kingship, Horus was a central figure in the Egyptian pantheon. His victories over chaos and his role as the upholder of Ma'at, cosmic balance, cemented his position as one of the most powerful gods in ancient Egyptian mythology. 1. Ra, the sun god and creator of the universe. At the pinnacle of power stands Ra, the sun god and the supreme creator of the universe. As the embodiment of the sun, Ra symbolized life, creation, and the eternal cycle of renewal. His dominance in the Egyptian pantheon made him the most revered and powerful deity in ancient Egypt. Ra was often depicted as a man with the head of a falcon crowned with a solar disk encircled by a serpent. This imagery conveyed his connection to the sun's life-giving energy and his ability to ward off evil. The serpent represented protection, while the disk symbolized his role as the source of all light and warmth. The journey of Ra across the sky each day was a central theme in Egyptian mythology. It was believed that he traveled in his solar bark, bringing light to the world during the day and descending into the underworld at night. This nightly voyage through the Duat, or underworld, was fraught with danger, as Ra faced the chaos serpent Apophis in a constant battle to ensure the sun's rebirth each morning. Ra's role as the creator god was fundamental to his power. According to myth, he emerged from the primordial waters of Nun and brought forth the first land, creating the heavens, earth, and all living beings. Through his divine speech, Ra gave names to everything, solidifying their existence and purpose in the cosmos. As the king of the gods, Ra held the highest authority in the divine hierarchy. He was often depicted as a ruler seated on a throne, holding a scepter and an ankh, the symbol of life. His governance extended to both the heavens and the earth, ensuring harmony and balance across the realms. Ra's influence extended to the pharaohs, who were considered his earthly representatives. The pharaohs bore titles such as Son of Ra and conducted rituals in his honor to maintain the favor of the gods and the stability of the kingdom. This divine connection reinforced their role as intermediaries between the gods and their people. The temples dedicated to Ra, especially the sun temples of Heliopolis, were grand and monumental. These structures were centers of solar worship, featuring obelisks that captured the rays of the sun and reflected Ra's glory. Rituals performed in these temples celebrated his daily journey and his role as the sustainer of life. Ra's union with other gods amplified his influence. He merged with Amun to form Amun-Ra, a deity that embodied both creation and hidden power, further solidifying his supremacy. His integration with other gods reflected his universal importance in the Egyptian religious system. In addition to his life-giving aspects, Ra was also a formidable force against chaos. His battles with Apophis were not just symbolic of the struggle between light and darkness, but also an affirmation of his role as the eternal protector of order. As the creator, sustainer, and ruler of the cosmos, Ra's power was unmatched. His mythology and worship spanned centuries, shaping the spiritual and cultural fabric of ancient Egypt. He remains one of the most iconic symbols of divine authority and the eternal cycles of life and renewal. Other gods worth mentioning. While our main list focuses on the top 7 most powerful gods of ancient Egypt, the pantheon is filled with many other deities whose influence and stories deserve recognition. Among them is Set, the god of chaos, storms, and the desert. Known for his tumultuous role in mythology, Set represented the forces of disorder but also played a vital part in the cosmic balance. Despite his infamous act of killing Osiris, he protected the solar bark of Ra from the chaos serpent Apophis, illustrating his dual nature as both a destroyer and a protector. Sekhmet, the lion-headed goddess of war and healing, embodies a fierce yet balanced power. She was both a relentless warrior and a source of restoration, symbolizing the dual forces of destruction and renewal. Her fiery presence was invoked in battle, while her healing touch brought relief in times of plague. Bastet, often depicted as a domestic cat or a lioness, was the gentle protector of home and family. As a goddess of fertility and joy, she was beloved by many. However, when needed, she could transform into a fierce guardian, defending her devotees from harm. Sobek, the crocodile-headed god, was closely associated with the life-giving waters of the Nile. A figure of both fear and reverence, Sobek represented strength, fertility, and protection. His worship was particularly prominent in regions dependent on the river's bounty. Nut, the goddess of the sky, stretched her star-filled body over the earth, enveloping the world in cosmic harmony. Her role in swallowing the sun each night and giving birth to it each morning symbolized the eternal cycle of renewal and the balance of the universe. Ptah, the god of creation and craftsmanship, was revered as the divine artisan who shaped the world through thought and speech. As the patron of builders and artisans, he held an esteemed place in Egyptian culture, especially in Memphis, where his grand temple stood as a beacon of his creative power. These deities, among many others, highlight the richness of Egyptian mythology, each contributing uniquely to the spiritual and cultural fabric of ancient Egypt. Their stories, like those of the more prominent gods, continue to inspire and fascinate, showcasing the complexity of this ancient civilization's beliefs. The gods of ancient Egypt represent more than just mythology. They embody the values, beliefs, and fears of a civilization that thrived for millennia. From Khonsu's guidance through the night sky to Ra's illumination of the world, each deity played a vital role in shaping the spiritual landscape of their time. These powerful figures remind us of the enduring human quest to understand the mysteries of existence and to find balance in the chaos of life. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the top 7 most powerful gods of ancient Egypt. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more explorations of ancient cultures and their fascinating myths. Until next time, may the wisdom of the ancients guide you.